Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our English class. Today, we shall be talking about a play titled A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. But before that, let me just ask you a few questions. What would you do if you received $10,000? Would you give it to your family or spend it personally? What do you think your family would want to do with it? Are they going to divide it to you and your family members? Do you think you would all agree? Why or why not? I know you will have different answers, but I hope you will all use it wisely and properly. Now, let us proceed to the play A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. This play is about the life of the Youngers, a lower-class black family struggling against racism and poverty to achieve their dream of owning a home. Let us start by getting to know the author of the play. Lorraine Vivian Hansberry was born on May 19, 1930 and died January 12, 1965. She was a playwright and a writer. She was the first African-American female author to have a play performed on Broadway. Her best-known work, the play A Raisin in the Sun, highlights the lives of Black Americans living under racial segregation in Chicago. Now, let us talk about the characters of the play. The Youngers is composed of Mama, Walter Lee, Ruth, Benita, and Travis. Mama, or Lena Younger, is the mother of Walter Lee and Benita. She is also the mother-in-law of Ruth and grandmother of Travis. Mama's every action is born out of her abiding love for her family, her deep religious convictions, and her strong will that is surpassed only by her compassion. Next is Walter Lee Younger. He is the husband of Ruth, the father of Travis, and the brother of Benita. Walter works as a chauffeur and drinks a bit too much at times. Next, we have Ruth Younger. Ruth Younger is the wife of Walter Lee and the mother of Travis, their 10-year-old son. Ruth in the play acts as a peacemaker in most of the explosive family situations. She is a very low-key. She reveals her strongest emotions only when she learns of the possibility of their moving to a better neighborhood. Next is Benita Younger. She is the sister of Walter Lee and the daughter of Mama Younger. She is a college student planning to go to a medical school. The only family member privileged to have the opportunity for a higher education, she is sometimes a little overbearing in the pride she takes in being an intellectual. Lastly is Travis Younger. Travis Younger is the 10-year-old son of Walter and Ruth Younger. He is living in a household with 3 generations in conflict. Travis skillfully plays each adult against the other and is, as a result, somewhat spoiled. In spite of this, he is a likable child. Now, To talk about the setting of the play is a ghetto in the south side of Chicago in 1959. Most of the action of the play happens in the younger's tiny two-bedroom apartment, where Walter Lee and Ruth Younger share the first bedroom, while the second bedroom is shared by Mama and Benita, while Travis uses the couch as his bedroom and also as the living room. Now, let us talk about the plot overview of the play A Raisin in the Sun. A Raisin in the Sun portrays a few weeks in the life of the Youngers, an African-American family living on the south side of Chicago in the 1950s. When the play opens, the Youngers are about to receive an insurance check for $10,000. This money comes from the deceased Mr. Younger's life insurance policy. Each of the adult members of the family has an idea as to what he or she would like to do with this money. The matriarch of the family, Mama, wants to buy a house to fulfill a dream she shared with her husband, while Mama's son, Walter Lee, would rather use the money to invest in a liquor store with his friends. He believes that the investment will solve the family's financial problems forever. Walter's wife, Ruth, agrees with Mama, however, and hopes that she and Walter Lee can provide more space and opportunity for their son, Travis. Finally, Benita, or Walter's sister and Mama's daughter, wants to use the money for her medical school tuition. She also wishes that her family members were not so interested in joining the white world. Benita instead tries to find her identity by looking back to the past and to Africa. As the play progresses, the Youngers clash over their competing dreams. Ruth discovers that she is pregnant but fears that if she has the child, she will put more financial pressure on her family members. When Walter says nothing to Ruth's admission that she is considering abortion, Mama puts a down payment on a house for the whole family. She believes that a bigger, brighter dwelling will help them all. This house is in Claiborne Park, an entirely white neighborhood. When the Youngers' future neighbors find out that the Youngers are moving in, they send Mr. Lindner from the Claiborne Park Improvement Association. He tried to offer the Youngers money in return for staying away from this dwelling, from the neighborhood. The Youngers refused the deal, even after Walter loses the rest of the money of $6,500 to his friend Willie Harris, who persuades Walter to invest in the liquor store and then runs off with his cash. In the meantime, Benita rejects her suitor George Murchison, whom she believes to be shallow and blind to the problems of race. Subsequently, she receives a marriage proposal from her Nigerian boyfriend, Joseph Asagay, who wants Benita to get a medical degree to move to Africa with him. But Benita does not make her choice before the end of the play. The Youngers eventually move out of the apartment, fulfilling the family's long-held dream. Their future seems uncertain and slightly dangerous, but they are optimistic and determined to live a better life. They believe that they can succeed if they stick together as a family and resolve to defer their dreams no longer. And that is an overview of the play A Raisin in the Sun. Now, Let's talk about the theme of the play. One of the theme portrayed is the value and purpose of dreams. As you can see, the play is essentially about dreams, as the main characters struggle to deal with the oppressive circumstances that rule their lives. Every member of the younger family has a separate individual dream. For example, Benito wants to become a doctor, and Walter wants to have money so that he can afford things for his family, like having a liquor business. The younger struggle to attain these dreams throughout the play, and much of their happiness and depression is directly related to their attainment of or failure to attain these dreams. By the end of the play, they learn that the dream of a house is the most important dream because it unites the family. Another theme is the need to fight racial discrimination. The character of Mr. Lindner makes the theme of racial discrimination prominent in the plot as an issue that the youngers cannot avoid. The governing body of the youngers' new neighborhood, the Clybourne Park Improvement Association, sends Mr. Lindner to persuade them not to move into the all-white neighborhood. Mr. Lindner and the people he represents can only see the color of the youngers' family skin, and his offer to bribe the youngers to keep them from moving threatens to tear apart the younger family and the values for which it stands. Ultimately, the youngers respond to this discrimination with defiance and strength. The play powerfully demonstrates that the way to deal with discrimination is to stand up to it and reassert one's dignity in the face of it rather than allow it to pass unchecked. Lastly, it also shows the importance of family. The youngers struggle socially and economically throughout the play, but unite in the end to realize their dream of buying a house. Mama strongly believes in the importance of family, and she tries to teach this value to her family as she struggles to keep them together and functioning. Walter and Benita learn this lesson about family at the end of the play, when Walter must deal with the loss of the stolen insurance money and Benita denies Walter as a brother. Even facing such trauma, they come together to reject Mr. Lindner's racist overtures. They are still strong individuals, but they are now individuals who function as part of a family. When they begin to put the family and the family's wishes before their own, they merge their individual dreams with the family's overarching dream. And those are the themes of the play A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. And again, quiz for this will be posted in our Google Classroom. Once again, thank you guys for watching.